From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Livingston Warming Center, run by the HRDC, not opening as planned because there's not enough staff to run it. That means for the future of the center coming up. And house prices are up again in Gallatin County. Local realtors say the market is starting to cool off. Why that's happening and what it actually means coming up at 6:35. Speaking of cooling off,
I gotta know.
Speaking of cooling off, welcome to Southwest Montana.
That's what they mean.
Wednesday.
The housing market is cooling off because there'll be snow on your roofs.
That's
right.
it. Stick your head out the door and soak it all in, because that's about as
and
good
it
as
is
it's gonna
cooling
get,
off out there. It's a warm morning, but the temperatures have dropped pretty continuously throughout the morning.
A little damp in the mining city.
That's right. Some showers pushing through. You see the stark difference. Right now, Belgrade's sitting at 50, 52 in Whitehall, 36 in Butte. That cooler air is driving its way back into the area. Keeping in mind that we don't get a lot of low-level coverage when it comes to light rain or snow here in southwest Montana. The radar just can't see it because of all the mountains around here. But I do expect to see some shower activity in the morning. Ice is not an issue right now. It could be early tomorrow morning, as early as tonight as well. The temperatures are falling throughout the day, so be prepared. With that wind gusting between 20 and 30 miles an hour, it will make things uncomfortable, especially if it's got a little drive to the rain. We'll talk more about what you can expect, of course, coming up from the weather patio in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:32 now. Another clash between skyrocketing housing prices and the struggle to find workers playing out in Livingston. Livingston's emergency overnight shelter has plenty of beds to fill, but did not open as planned yesterday due to staffing shortages. MTN's Jackie Coffin takes us to the warming center to learn more.
The bunks are ready. You can see piles of clean sheets, pillows and blankets waiting here for guests, but the beds here at the Livingston Warming Center will have to remain empty for now as the emergency shelter delays its opening, another result of workforce shortages.
We are a smaller population, but the needs continue to increase at a rate that we're just constantly trying to play catch up to make sure that we have enough space.
The Livingston Warming Center has a capacity of 20 people per night, a number they often met last year and expect to hit again this year.
We have had our first snow in the area, so our good luck with this weather pattern is going to come to an end really quickly.
The past 2 years, Huey and the HRDC have found it hard to hire, just like businesses across the country. And this hiring gap leaves people in the cold.
There are a number of different reasons why it's difficult to staff at the shelter, primarily because the work is overnight. And so 6:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. or 1 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. or both, that can be really hard to find folks.
Montana's housing crisis comes to a boiling point in and around the Gallatin Valley, where the latest Realtor reports put a single-family home at $869,000. In Park County, that number is around $520,000. For comparison, in Billings, the average single-family home listing price is under $400,000.
A lot of people from Bozeman came over to this area and smaller towns in and around the Bozeman area looking for more affordable housing. And as time has gone on over the last 5 years, that affordable housing has also dissipated in the smaller satellite communities.
Huey says they need to fill at least one more position, needing a minimum of 5 people to run the Livingston shelter. And they think they will have enough people to open the shelter on November 15th, but they're still looking for others.
Good days, bad days, laughter, tears, it all happens at the shelter.
In Livingston, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
6:34 now. The hot local housing market is cooling off with the higher interest rates. If you're in the market to buy, you're facing interest rates above 7% for the first time in some 20 years. Forbes shows a 30-year fixed rate of 7.695% as of Monday. A quick check on Zillow shows a 3-bed, 2-bath house in Three Forks. That's taken a price cut of about $76,000, still listed for $499,000. There are a couple of houses in Big Sky, Jackson Creek listed for $18 million each. Now, our Kristen Merkel reports on what prices are doing during recent months here in Gallatin County.
The house for sale right behind me is part of the increasing inventory and prices of homes in Gallatin County since September of 2022. And with the winter months approaching and prices going down, buyers like Maria are on the hunt for a new home once again.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And this street it's not going to be a busy street.
It's been very challenging, although now with the shift in the market, it's been much easier and there's actually been options.
Maria is looking for a house in the Bozeman and Belgrade area. She has been looking since last year, but the market was too overwhelming, so she took a break in hopes it would cool down.
I had very few options, and I think one time we made an offer and there was like 20 other offers and mine wasn't even considered.
This time around, Maria is noticing the difference looking for a house now compared to when she was looking around the same time last year.
There is more options as far as where I want to move, but I kind of notice the difference more in like the amount of space I'm able to get for my budget is very different.
According to the Gallatin Association of Realtors, single-family home prices have increased 25.9% since last September, from $690,000 to $869,000. And the time houses spend on the market has also increased from about 14 days to 34 days. Although these prices seem high, broker Jackie Wickens says things are actually starting to cool down.
Interest rates rising and the pandemic kind of mellowing out, we're starting to see prices come down.
GAR President Joanna Harper says that houses are still selling quick and for high prices, but in these winter months, there may be less competition to buy compared to the multiple offers she sees during the summer months.
They make the decision to accept less than their full list price because they're interested in getting under contract and moving forward, whereas earlier this year, they probably wouldn't have had to make any concessions. Now the reality is that they do.
And now sellers have to compete and negotiate more.
Now there isn't that same kind of competition between buyers, and so now sellers are competing with each other a little bit.
But with these lower prices, Harper says this is technically still a seller's market.
Technically, yes, we are still in a seller's market, but realistically, buyers have more power today than they did 6 months ago. Less than 6 months worth of inventory means that the power differential weights in favor of the seller.
Even with the decrease in prices, buyers like Maria are still surprised. In Gallatin County, Kristen Merkel, MTN News.
6:38 in other news this morning. For the first time, we're hearing from the family of 18-year-old Brielle Papavero as they remember a life lost way too soon. Papavero was killed last Thursday night when she was hit head-on by a wrong-way driver near Belgrade on the interstate. TN's Haley Monaco has the story.
A Billings teen died on I-90 just outside of Belgrade last week when a driver going the wrong direction hit her. The teen worked here at 406 Kitchen and Tap Room, where they are now raising money and putting on a fundraiser for the family of the teen taken too soon. It's news no parent ever wants to receive.
She shouldn't be gone right now. She should still be here.
Brielle Papavero was driving eastbound on I-90, headed back home to Billings, when she came upon a car headed right toward her. Authorities say the 25-year-old woman behind the wheel had been driving the wrong way for 12 miles before she slammed head-on into Brielle. Both drivers were killed. Highway Patrol suspects the woman was under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
You might be taking somebody's life. I mean, just think about that the next time you get behind the wheel, drawing around drugs or whatever.
Brielle's family is now left dealing with a loss they could have never imagined.
I mean, everybody has a gaping hole in their heart right now.
Family said she was a bright soul who loved adventuring. Her family also said she loved music, singing, and dancing, always asking her father to dance with her.
I was so excited to dance at her wedding. That was something that really resonated with me. I don't get to dance with her at her wedding.
The Billings community is rallying around the heartbroken family. 406 Kitchen and Tap Room is organizing a night for Brielle with a silent auction November 10th. A family friend has also organized a GoFundMe. The teen's younger sister, Aisley, looked up to her big sister.
She was my role model. She was my best friend.
And she also relied on her more than many even know. At just 12 years old, Aisley was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Brielle, who the family said was the protector, never left her side.
She dropped everything and she would travel to California with me while Aisley was doing treatments and sit there with her and make her laugh.
She just was a lot of fun. she's going to be missed, not just by us.
A teen who will always be remembered for her beautiful smile and soul. In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.